Good morning students. In today's video we will discuss portfolio revision. लेकिन वीडियो को स्टार्ट करने से पहले वीडियो को लाइक शेयर और सब्सक्राइब करना ना भूलें. फॉर दिस टॉपिक यू मे रेफर द बुक ऑफ प्रसन्ना चंद्रा. Portfolio revision, which means monitoring and changing the portfolio periodically. No matter how efficient portfolio the investor has created, it tends to become inefficient, and that's why it needs to be revised periodically. With the passage of time, several things influence the portfolio, like the asset allocation of the portfolio may get changed, the risk and return characteristics of various securities may change, and as well objectives and preferences of the investor may also have changed. So, because of the dynamic developments that are taking place in capital market and changes in the circumstances of the investor needs to periodically monitor and revise the portfolio. This revision of portfolio includes two things which are visible on your screen, that is portfolio rebalancing and portfolio upgrading. Portfolio rebalancing involves reviewing and revising the portfolio composition, that is the stock bond mix. It involves three basic policies which are visible on your screen, that is buy and hold policy, constant mix policy, and portfolio insurance policy. Buy and hold policy, which is also known as no change policy. In this, the initial portfolio is left undisturbed. Irrespective of what happens to the relative values, no rebalancing is done. For example, if the initial portfolio has a stock bond mix of 50-50 and after the passage of some time it happens to be 70:50 because of the stock component has appreciated and bond component has stagnated, the portfolio mix is allowed to drift. That is to say, no changes are made. Whereas in the constant mix policy, it requires maintaining the proportions of stocks and bonds in line with their target value. For example, if the desired mix of stock and bonds is 50-50, it requires rebalancing the portfolio when relative values of the components changes so that the target proportions are maintained. Whereas in the last policy, that is the portfolio insurance policy, the exposure to stocks is increased when the portfolio appreciates in value, and the exposure to stock is decreased when the portfolio decreases or depreciates in value. So, portfolio rebalancing involves the choice of any of these three policies. Next is portfolio upgrading. Portfolio upgrading involves reassessing the risk-return characteristics of various securities, selling the overpriced securities and buying the underpriced securities. And any other changes may also be undergone by the investor which may enhance the performance of the portfolio. Many a times the investor either hesitate to revise their portfolio or they are too slow in doing so. The reason being that they hesitate to incur the cost of trading like commission cost, taxes and adverse market impacts. However, the cost of non-trading, which may seem to be insignificant at times, may hamper the performance of the portfolio. The portfolio becomes inefficient because it may no longer be appropriate to your needs. The investor may hold overpriced investment offering inferior returns, and that's why the investor forego the opportunities of making promising investment. That's why the investor needs to balance the portfolio and need to upgrade the portfolio by the way of incurring the trading cost because it outweighs the losses of non-handling the portfolio. So these two together frames portfolio revision. Thank you.